Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday sit-down time. We've got a Sunday sit-down regular in the house tonight for Sunday sit-down. KTGR's Andy Humphrey joining us tonight. Andrew, how are you doing this weekend?
It's going pretty good. It's been a fun weekend filled with a lot of action, so you can't really complain about that right before Thanksgiving.
Well, I'd say Mizzou fans got all the highs and the lows, a real roller coaster ride of a game last night. What's the big takeaway from that game last night? Obviously coming away with a good result, right?
I mean, you can take away a whole lot of different things, like a whole lot of little things here and there, positive and negative. You'd love to win by more points, obviously. But I think the main thing is that, even though Mizzou played a game that is below its standard this year, this game compared to the others that they've had, it's not that really the effort was down, but the execution was a little bit off. Things just seemed a little bit flat at moments for both sides of the football. And so I think when you find a way somehow with your backs completely against the wall to pull one out the way that they did, it just kind of goes to show how much the program has taken steps forward in games like that against SEC competition. Like, I don't know if they win a game like that in the first few years of Eli Drinkwitz's tenure, and it's not a knock on it, but I mean, to see the progress now with how they've been able to work through that adversity and finally pull out some positive results from it, even though they didn't play their best, that's the sign of a program building a strong foundation.
Well, just last year, not coming away with wins in close games like that, you can see the difference in a year. Brady Cook, you could see, I feel like the growth in him, 4th and 17 to get that pass to Luther Burden, to get into field goal range. And of course, they got even closer than that for Harrison Mevis. How much have you seen from last year to now? Brady Cook, I think that was a big defining moment for him. 4th and 17 is a play I think Mizzou fans might remember for a bit.
Well, yeah, and you'll remember where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been tons of growth. I mean,
Right.
The way that he has stepped forward and been able to lead this offense, not just in the ways that he did last year, maybe just, making the safe throws here and there, but trying to be the guy to put the team on his back at times. Now, I thought in yesterday's game that he maybe did it a little too much, was trying to throw those passes down the field, force some deep throws to guys like Burden or Marquise Johnson down the middle of the field, when he maybe could have taken some check downs here and there and gotten the first down at least. So for the vast majority, obviously, of Brady Cook's game last night, I thought he was okay, running the offense the way that it should, but I think at times maybe things were a little bit off with some of his reads. But I mean, again, when you talk about the moment and how Brady Cook, time and again, like he did this against Kansas State, putting them into field goal range to be able to set up a game-winning kick. I mean, the way that he's able to take those moments and really relish in them, to find his receivers downfield in those spots, to be aggressive when you know that you can maximize your potential on getting in a shorter field goal for Harrison Mevis. I thought they probably should have kicked before they threw to Mookie Cooper there. You're kind of playing with fire a little bit. But Brady Cook trusted himself there, and it paid off in the end. So that's kind of the thing. The confidence has definitely grown for a guy like him, and I think the skill level has also grown with what he has at his disposal and how he's been able to use it better.
Well, defensively, I'm curious what your take on maybe what happened in that second half last night. Obviously, let Florida make a heck of a game of it. Really went down to the wire.
Yeah, missed tackles.
Right.
I mean, it
seemed to be the big
seemed
story.
That, yeah, and there can be a fix to it, I suppose, but this late in the season, you're starting to, especially on a short week when you have to go to Arkansas on the road for Black Friday, it's something that has to kind of snap back quickly. Maybe Tyron Hopper comes back. We don't know the status of his injury, the ankle that he suffered against Tennessee, but I mean, it seems like they certainly need him. When you lose your leading tackler like that and you try to fill in guys. I mean, Tristan Newsom did well against Tennessee, and I don't think it's all necessarily on him or Chuck Hicks. It seemed that there were several guys that just were maybe a step too slow in some key moments, and that's really all that Florida needs sometimes to turn those 1 or 2 yard gains into explosive plays and then make it close in the end. They've done that to a few opponents this year, and sometimes it's resulted in victories for them. But again, I think it's a testament to see how far Mizzou has come to where, even though they found those edges. Mizzou was still able to hold them off.
Right, well, they're going to need some of that energy into Arkansas. Arkansas always seems to be a weird, kind of fun, most of the time close game, right? So how big is this Arkansas game? Obviously, you have to win this to advance to the goal of the New Year's Six Bowl.
Yeah, and I think if you win it, you certainly do.
Right.
But, I mean, Arkansas is going to be up for this game.
It's the Super Bowl for them, man.
There have been times where Arkansas fans have said the other thing about how Mizzou has approached the game, how funny that works out. But honestly, they will be certainly wanting to take out a lot of frustration. I know Sam Pittman is probably feeling a little bit unsafe with his job security. I know that the AD did come out and say that they are going to keep him around, it seems, but I don't know if I believe it this week. If they put up a poor performance once again against Mizzou this upcoming weekend, maybe the tone changes a little bit. But again, you have to see the result first. You have to see how it plays out. Look, Mizzou's a superior team. It's kind of a similar situation to where you're facing teams like I'd say South Carolina or even this Florida team that they just faced. They've had a better season. They've had more success. The question is, can they execute? Can they focus on the task at hand to be able to finish this off? I think they will be able to do it. I don't think it will be easy. It might look a little bit like this Florida game did, but with the way that Mizzou has shown their steps forward talent-wise on offense, I think that unit can really pace the game and keep Arkansas at a steady margin.
Well, we've known since Eli Drinkwitz has started, the goal is to compete for championships. I'd say this year is still a good step if you can get to that first 10-win season since 2014. Get to New Year's Six Bowl. How big of a step do you feel like that is towards making that bigger step? Obviously you have to compete with Georgia, but still.
Oh, huge. I mean, we were predicting things like 7-5, maybe 8-4. I think optimistic folks are saying 9-3, but hey, it's now all in front of you. To be able to get a 10-win season before you play your bowl game is huge for a team that again is trying to break through that middle of the SEC and compete with some of the top dogs. And I think they proved that this year. I mean, they went to Florida and were maybe a possession away from making that a game in their favor all of a sudden, and then they just had a bad pick and it turned into a 2-score game. But I mean, again, you're seeing what this team has done week after week, and the fact that they're winning some of these close games all of a sudden is just proof of how this senior class that we saw play their last home game yesterday has kind of instilled the culture in some of the younger guys, and the way that they've been able to, I guess, move forward through this season without, even through adversity and even taking some tough losses, not necessarily letting down on the effort. So I think if that continues into this next week, we'll see them at 10-2.
Well, it's been a fun season to watch, that's for sure. Maybe a surprising one as well. 10 wins, that's the goal. Thanks for making some time for us on a Sunday
Absolutely.
night. For the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.